What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're going to be checking out this 2026 Honda HRV Sport. This one's finished off in the Boost Blue with an MSRP just under $30,000. What do you guys think? Is this the best way to go for a nice economical crossover? Let me know your thoughts down below. So let's go ahead and pop the hood, pulling that lever. And by the way, there's a nice matching Prelude over there. Hopefully we'll be filming one soon. But nonetheless, let's see what is under the hood of the HRV. So this one just has the basic 2-liter inline 4-cylinder engine with 158 horsepower, 138 pound-feet of torque. Got a CVT transmission, and this one is front-wheel drive. You're also going to see curb weight around 3,200 pounds. We have a 14-gallon fuel tank, and then you can expect 26 in the city with 32 out on the highway. For the styling, got that chrome Honda badge, nice openings for the mesh, and then more mesh down here to provide tons of cooling. Got a sporty black design throughout the bumper with functional air inlet, and then a nice set of LED headlights. Has a pretty cool look to it with just some sharp lines as well as some curvature to it, so really nicely designed. Sharp body lines all throughout the hood, has a cool look to it. And then for the side, we have a nice set of 18-inch wheels with a multi-spoke look, and then the plastic black trim throughout the wheel arch. You're gonna see more of the plastic black in the rocker panel, and then we have gloss black mirror caps with an LED turn signal, body color door handles, and then just some nice smooth lines throughout it. You're gonna see all the black trim throughout the windows themselves, smooth ceiling up there. And then for the side profile, actually kind of looks like a Porsche Macan, so kind of a bubbly shape to it, but with a little bit of sharp lines. So cool looking car for sure for being a compact. We have gloss black on the integrated spoiler, your third brake light, and a wiper blade. And then I really like these blacked out taillights with some red accents. You're gonna see some silver trim, some black, and then just one exhaust tip. Got some black badging, and then a nice smooth and sharp design all throughout it. For the rear cargo area, we can just press the button, manually lift it up, and we have a ton of space in here. So it's a really practical car for being small. Got the dome lights in here, and then I like how there's storage underneath the floor. And then if you lift the foam up, we even have a tire down there. So it definitely makes it a pretty useful car for any circumstance. Get the one handle on the other side, closing that. We can then take a look at this space. So you have nice flat folding seats, really can't complain. And then closing everything back up. You have 3 seats back here with some contrast stitching throughout the fabric, and then just some plastic material with some funky shapes to it. Just kind of looks neat with these smooth designs throughout that armrest and everything. And then hopping in at 5'11", you're gonna see just a little bit of storage here and here, and I can sit behind my driver's seat. Seats themselves are a little on the hard side. I wouldn't mind more padding, but the recline's pretty good. Got a cool little headrest for the center and plenty of headroom. So overall, not too bad. You know, you got the space, just wouldn't mind a couple amenities like air vents or something. But from here, we have the smart key where you can lock and unlock it from the door handle. And then we have some softer touch up here, harder plastics down here, and then more of that cool shape throughout it with the padded design and the stitching. Got all of your controls, manual controls for the seats, and then the stitching as well as that cool texture all throughout it. Got a black leather wrapped steering wheel with gloss trim. And then now inside, it's fired up. So from here, you can see we have volume on the left, some controls for that screen, and then we have controls for cruise control all on the right side. Shock on the right side for windshield wipers, and then we have your headlights and turn signals over on the left. Now for the gauge cluster, we have an analog speedometer on the right, and then the tach is digital along with all of this information. So pretty cool to be able to go through a little bit of information throughout the car very easily. Down below we have traction control, tiniest bit of storage, and then more of the soft touch with your air vent, and then a soft touch up on the dash. Got this cool material as well, and then I really like these air vents. They look really unique with that mesh style to it, and then you have these cool toggles. For the multimedia screen, it's nice and touchscreen. You have a couple different things here, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. We have all sorts of settings you can go through as well, connecting your phone, and then the home icon, of course. In reverse, you're gonna see your nice backup camera. You also have a couple different guidelines. So nice view all around this car. And then down below we have physical climate controls. We have our temperature and fan speed right in the center and left, and then we even have heated seats. All the different zones and controls, and then there's plugs, wireless charging and storage, and then more of the soft touch material. You have USB port over here, and this is pretty unique little center tunnel, which is kind of cool. And then we have our drive modes, brake hold, downhill assist. For the drive modes, you got a couple right there. Pressing that button, we have extra storage in the center. Nice glove box is expected. And then let's look at the interior. It's pretty cool. It's got a little bit of a funky character to it, especially with these like rounded curves throughout it. So it definitely gives a little bit of a fun vibe to it. These seats are really stiff, so that's my only complaint. I wouldn't mind some padding. Feel very stiff, especially after just driving in a Civic, which was really plush. Got a nice basic mirror up above, and then a cool layout overall. All right, so setting off now in the HRV, we do have the LS and D. So depending on how you want to drive it, we can drive this a little bit more sporty or even a low range. So keep it in S for right now. Going into D. So nothing too crazy. I mean, this again is kind of a more average economy car crossover. Nothing really all too crazy about it. But when you're driving in it, the first thing I notice is these seats are really stiff and kind of flat. So for my own personal taste, not too comfortable, just feels really hard to sit on. So not the biggest fan of the seats. However, visibility is fantastic. Looking through the windshield, as you can tell, we just have a great view around. Mirrors all do a really good job. And there's really no crazy blind spots. It's just an easy car to see around. Steering wheel looks nice, and I do like the style of it, especially with just the soft touches, this cool mesh. Got a little funky character to it as well, so it gives you a unique style. You do feel very upright in this car, so honestly, if you're really short, this probably would be a good car for you because it's somewhat of an SUV, but in a smaller version, but you feel up high, which you don't normally get when you're in something small like this. So could be a really good option for, I'd say, maybe people well under 6 feet tall. For me, I feel a little too tall for this car, I would say. But nonetheless, turning circle is pretty good. Can even do that without even remotely touching the grass. And then giving it some throttle, just half throttle. You know, it's zippy enough. You know, this isn't a fast car, obviously, no turbo or anything on this one, but it gets up to speed good enough for your day-to-day drive, getting onto the highway and things like that. You know, it's gonna be a good daily driver that's economical and roomy. And it's crazy, this is the same price point as the Honda Civic Sport. So kind of a toss-up. The Civic, in my opinion, is a little bit more comfortable to sit in. However, this is, you know, got that crossover style to it where you're up higher, got a little bit more room throughout it to where, you know, you feel like you're in a bigger vehicle. So nice car overall. I think I've never actually driven one, so nice to spend some time with the HRV and see what it has to offer. Just a good, on a budget economy crossover. But I'd say overall it's nice enough to drive. You have pretty good feedback in the steering. It doesn't just feel electronic with no feedback, so it feels pretty good to steer the car. Suspension, I'd say, is a little on the stiffer side too. And then you're hearing a little bit of the road noise. So, you know, it's not a super insulated car. It's not quite like the CRV, which is, I'd say, the next step up from here that offers a lot more comfort and kind of creature comforts like that. But for a more budget-friendly choice, it seems like it's pretty well-rounded overall.